In 11 days, one company lost $39 billion of imaginary value. It never lost a single customer. This is the story of WeWork and the $47 billion fantasy behind it. Most people think WeWork failed because Adam Neumann partied too hard. That is not what killed it. That real story sits inside one document, the paperwork WeWork had to file to go public. WeWork started simple: rent office space cheap, divide it into desks, and rent those desks for far more. Landlords call this subleasing. Adam Neumann called it a movement. He told employees they were there to elevate the world's consciousness, not just to rent desks. Some believed him completely. By 2017, WeWork was valued higher than most airlines, most hotel chains, and nearly every property company on Earth. Investors weren't buying a real estate company, they were buying a story. SoftBank's Masayoshi Son met Neumann for 12 minutes and pledged him billions before the pitch was even finished. Subscribe before the wheels come off this story. Because the real fraud wasn't hidden, it was published in public for anyone willing to read 200 pages. Neumann didn't run WeWork like a landlord. He ran it like a prophet running a religion. Employees called him a visionary. Midnight meetings were normal, and people got fired over their energy. His wife, Rebecca, WeWork's chief brand officer, once fired an employee for having, in her words, bad energy. This valuation wasn't set like a landlord's either. It was valued like a tech unicorn, 20 times what its own numbers justified. Growth was not the same as profit. Real tech companies scale a product at almost no extra cost. WeWork scaled a lease, and every new desk cost real money. SoftBank kept writing checks anyway, chasing a valuation that had stopped being about real estate and started being about belief. Then came the conflicts of interest. Neumann personally owned buildings that WeWork then leased from him, sometimes at rents set by Neumann himself. He trademarked the word "we" and sold it to his own company for nearly $6 million. Then he cashed out early. Before the IPO, Neumann sold and borrowed against company stock worth more than $700 million. His shares carried 20 times the voting power of everyone else's, leaving employees and investors almost no real say. None of this leaked slowly. It all came out at once, the day WeWork filed the paperwork required to sell its shares to the public. That filing is called an S1. Company lawyers usually keep it boring on purpose. WeWork's S1 was 300 pages of numbers nobody could hide anymore, and reporters read every single one. Here's the part almost nobody talks about. The prospectus wasn't just bad, it was self-incriminating. 9 years in business, and it had never once turned a profit. One number stopped everyone cold. WeWork had lost nearly $2 billion in 1 year, with no real plan to ever stop losing it. Then investors found the phrase community-adjusted EBITDA, a made-up metric that excluded rent, marketing, even basic salaries. Wall Street laughed out loud. Within days, not months, the $47 billion valuation started collapsing. Its value fell from $47 billion to under $8 billion in a matter of weeks. The IPO was pulled entirely. SoftBank stepped in with a rescue package just to keep the company from collapsing completely. Neumann still walked away rich. Neumann left with roughly $1.7 billion, even as thousands of employees lost their jobs. Its desks stayed in use, its buildings stayed standing. Only the $47 billion story disappeared. Years later, WeWork itself filed for bankruptcy. New owners took over the very same desks. So what actually happened? WeWork was never really a technology company. It was a real estate company, wearing a tech company's clothes and borrowing tech company money to do it. Real tech scales without much added cost. Real estate never does. Every square foot costs money forever. This single confusion, dressed up in $47 billion of hype, is what investors actually paid for. One lesson outlived the company. Before you believe the next big valuation, ask one simple question. Is this a real product or just a lease wearing better branding? That question decided WeWork's fate. If you want to watch another hyped-up empire collapse in real time, the next video is waiting.